Let's get right into it. Number 7. Earth's magnetic flip countdown. Earth has a giant invisible shield called the magnetic field. It protects us from dangerous space stuff like solar radiation, kind of like a superhero cape for the planet. But guess what? This shield isn't always steady. Every few 100,000 years, Earth's magnetic poles switch places. That means north becomes south, and south becomes north, like a giant game of tag. Right now, the magnetic field is getting weaker, and the North Pole is wandering around like it lost its map. During a flip, the magnetic field goes all wobbly, and multiple north and south poles can pop up in random places. Compasses would get totally confused. Birds might fly in circles. GPS might go bonkers. The last flip was about 780,000 years ago, and Earth survived just fine. But today, with all our satellites and tech, scientists are crossing their fingers that our gadgets can handle the magnetic madness. Number 6. Skyquakes. Thunder's big mystery. Imagine this. It's a nice sunny day. No clouds, no storms. Everything is peaceful until boom. A huge explosion sound comes from the sky like a giant just dropped something heavy. But when you look up, nothing. No planes, no fireworks, no thunderclouds, just weird, loud sky booms. These sounds are called skyquakes, and they've been happening for hundreds of years. Even famous explorers like Lewis and Clark heard them back in the 1800s. The sound is like a cannon going off above your head, but no one knows exactly why it happens. Some scientists think it could be meteors zooming into our atmosphere. Others say it might be big bubbles of gas exploding deep underwater. Some even believe caves underground might be collapsing and somehow blasting sound into the air. People around the world have different names for these booms. In New York's Finger Lakes, they're called Seneca guns. In Italy, they're called Brontidi. In Bangladesh, they're called Barisal guns. Cool names, right? These skyquakes are so loud they can shake houses, rattle windows, and make people think something exploded nearby. And here's the wildest part. Even with all our fancy science tools, we still don't know what causes them. It's one of Earth's loudest secrets. Number 5. Earthquake lights. Nature's creepy glow show. Imagine you're outside on a peaceful night. Suddenly, flash! Bright lights shoot across the sky. Glowing balls float around like ghosts. It looks like a scene from an alien movie. But nope, it's not UFOs. It's something called earthquake lights. These weird lights sometimes appear right before the ground starts shaking. People have seen them for hundreds of years, and now cameras are catching them too. Sometimes they look like glowing orbs, and other times like big flashes of lightning in places where there aren't any storms. The crazy part? These lights can show up far from where the earthquake actually happens. So what causes them? Scientists think it might be the rocks deep underground. When they get squeezed super hard before an earthquake, they might create little electric charges, kind of like a giant natural battery. Crush a quartz rock, and it makes a tiny spark. Now imagine that, but with huge rocks and tons of pressure. We still don't know exactly why it happens, but it's spooky and super cool. So next time you see weird lights in the sky, maybe don't just look up. Check if the ground is about to shake. Number 4. The Great Anesthesia Mystery. Anesthesia is like magic sleep. Doctors give it to people before surgery so they don't feel anything. We've been using it for over 100 years, but guess what? Scientists still don't fully understand how it works. It's like having a remote control that turns your brain off, but no one really knows what's happening inside the TV. Your brain doesn't just go dark. It gets weird. The brain cells are still awake, kind of like people at a party, but suddenly no one knows how to talk to each other. The signals between them get scrambled, and it's total confusion up there. There's something called lipid rafts in your brain cells. Anesthesia messes with those rafts and causes important brain parts to wander around like they've forgotten what to do. That's why your brain stops working normally. Some people under anesthesia have wild dreams. Others feel like they woke up during surgery but couldn't move or speak. Don't worry, it's super rare. Still, going under anesthesia is like stepping into a science mystery. So the next time someone says, "Count backward from 10, just remember, you're about to become part of a big, weird brain puzzle scientists are still trying to solve. Number 3. Earth's biggest reset button. About 252 million years ago, something really bad happened. Almost all ocean animals and most land creatures just vanished. Scientists call it the Great Dying, the worst extinction in Earth's history. What caused it? Huge volcanoes in Siberia. Not your average lava spewers. These were mega volcanoes that covered an area bigger than Alaska. They shot out so much magma that the air got messed up. The oceans turned poisonous, and Earth got super hot. like 14 degrees Celsius hotter. Sea animals couldn't build their shells, and everything started to die, in waves. It didn't happen all at once. Some places lasted longer, but it was like hitting life's reset button over and over for 200,000 years. But guess what? Life bounced back. And the survivors? They turned into dinosaurs, and even our early ancestors. So yeah, Earth hit restart, and we're part of the sequel. Number 2. The giant empty spot in space. Way out in space, scientists found something super weird, a giant empty area in the constellation Eridanus. It's called the Eridanus supervoid, and it's so big, you could fit 10,000 Milky Way galaxies inside it. That's like clearing out all the furniture from a giant universe-sized room. Here's the creepy part. There's almost nothing there. No stars, no galaxies, just emptiness. It's like the universe got bored and erased a chunk with a giant cosmic eraser. Even stranger, this spot is cold. Scientists looked at the heat left over from the Big Bang, and this area is way colder than it should be. It's like a giant space vacuum sucking energy from light. Nobody knows why it's there or what it means. It's just a big, mysterious space hole breaking the rules and freaking out scientists everywhere. Number 1. The squishy, weird heart of a black hole. Inside every black hole is something so strange, even science gets confused. Imagine squishing a whole star into a dot, smaller than the period at the end of this sentence. That's what happens in the center of a black hole, called the singularity. It's where gravity goes bananas and crushes everything into a super tiny, super dense point. Our math just breaks down and says, infinite? But scientists don't really think infinity is real. It's more like a cosmic error message. If you zoomed in forever, you'd never hit the bottom. Time and space get so weird they stop making sense. Not even Einstein's smart ideas can explain it. Some think there's a brand new kind of matter hiding in there, but we can't check, because once stuff goes in, it never comes back out. Total space mystery. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.